Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first day without him, right? I learned how to drive. I learned how to shave. I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn gun.
So, know about midgets?
Young man.
The Samoan bulldozer ready to destroy. The following contest is scheduled making his way to the ring, representing
Young man.
weighing in at 350 pounds, the NXT North American Champion, the Samoan Bulldozer.
The thing about Umaga is, even though he's
oh shit! Oh shit!
that's not what he cares about. He just wants to deal out some pain.
Young man.
Holding the title only gives prestige to the beatings he's delivered.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Hi, Polo.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, I was calling to see if you suitcase that was at Mama's house in your car.
Suitcase.
Yeah, they seem to think that I did leave a suitcase at Mama's house, but I don't know, just in Robert's car. Or they said they thought maybe you picked it up.
Nah, I just got my red one, you know.
Okay.
And
because I had all my medicine and stuff in, and got the stuff I had packed. What I did, I traded suitcases out with Mama. So Robert, it might be in the back of Robert's car.
well, yeah, Robert's the one that took you.
Oh, she's the one that took it.
No, I said Robert is the one that took you to the bus, right? So
Right.
it might be in her car.
Okay, then. So I'm gonna call her then. Because she had called me the other day. I was on the bus. I couldn't hardly hear. But how you doing?
I'm okay. Hey, okay, look, okay. First of all, I gotta just tell you about this video I just saw that I'm like, oh my God, but I get it, and it's funny as get out, but it's like, no, that's still wrong.
Okay.
This little kid said, do pedophiles not know about midgets? And I'm just like, oh, I get it, but no. But I get it. Like, because it's like, they like kids, right? Well, a midget is small like a kid, but it's not a kid, so hey, you can't get in trouble. But at the same time, no.
Oh my God.
I'm just, oh my God. Oh wow. And look, and that's, I've been watching people's reactions to that, and it was a kid, it was a little white kid. It looked like he was walking, he was outside, like maybe he was walking to or from school or whatever. I don't know, but I nearly choked up my water just now.
Oh my God.
Like one of the comments was like, critical thinking skills is on. Oh my God. I just saw it. Oh my God. This is Instagram. You know, I'm always finding stuff on Instagram.
Oh man.
As a matter of fact, I got some stuff to show you next time I see you, like, from Instagram. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Okay, I've been cleaning the car out so I can just have it ready for the people. Now I'm gonna ask them if I can I'm like, hey, y'all sure y'all can't get it back to me tomorrow? I still gotta go to work. Like, I'm gonna see what they say, you know.
Okay.
I guess I am just gonna have to get up super early. I guess, you know, because you gotta be where? Somewhere?
Someplace at 7:30 in the morning at UAMS. In the Cancer Institute? Oh Lord, let me look at the thing. I know I'm on the UAMS Hall of Champions. I just got to find out again where I'm supposed to be, but I think they did say to cancel this too.
Well, that would be like where you're going if you're going to the pharmacy or something.
Yeah.
So that's an easy drop off.
Yeah.
Because you talking about CMS, I'm like, oh god, it could be a maze driving around there. But I said, but if it's there, oh, that's an easy drop off.
They told me she'd be just right there, so I was like, oh, okay. But, self-respect.
I guess, because I don't know what else to do. Mama got to work, so I don't know what else to do.
Well, as long as I get picked up, because I also found out that I need to be. Actually, I didn't know I had to be up to school tomorrow. I said it might be late. Oh, girl, no, Tim ain't doing it. I sense TV, and then he dressed up like a woman and everything, and something else or something to him. And then, but, yeah, I was trying to see, after you pick me up, what time you doing?
I was hoping, not hoping, but I should have asked that lady if she had anything for, like, Tuesday instead of Monday. And that's only because, like, tonight, I like to be able to stay up late, you know, if I want to. So I should have said Tuesday morning. That way I would have already been up because I would have had to go into work.
Tuesday morning probably been messed up for me, because if they do it Monday and they don't keep it, because now I do have to go to work all this week. I just found out. I'm trying to see how to do that. Because Colleen, when she come home from work at 8, and if I'm over at Mama's house, she can just drop me off over at school, and I get off at 3 every day. Well, actually, I can get somebody else to drop me home, or drop me home, because I don't have a car to leave from Mama's house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to work it out, because I can always see it in. She don't know it. I was gonna say Doris, but I'm trying to think of who else could come get me from that place and take me over to. Well, they told me to come from down there.
Oh, what? Monday or Tuesday? Tomorrow?
Monday. Because I have to get that stuff to count, for me to get, kind of setting for it. I don't know how my stomach feels, feel afterwards. If I can get, you drop me off, if somebody else can pick me up and bring me home, I went to my house every clean.
Wait a minute. Look. I guess I ain't really think about the little details.
Yeah.
Does that mean you gotta follow me up to the shop then?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah. Okay. So, yeah, okay. So we both just have to be up early then.
Well, I'll be dressed, ready. I'm having my shower, everything will be done.
Yeah.
So I think we're just trying to get back.
Sure, yeah.
So, but I can't, I gotta get somebody who knows, because I work in California. I don't know about Deidre, if she knows to come to get me. The principal, the new lady I bought, and Doris, I know she don't know. So, I'm trying to think, who else could come get me? It's something Robbie. Look. I go in there at 3 o'clock, I'll be through by lunchtime. If she can come on her lunchtime, right down the road. Her place that she worked with, well, the blood institute thing is right there at the corner of Shackelford and right there.
Yeah.
Shackelford and Markham. And so she did that. She can just come straight down and get me. Can you take me home?
I guess the crane place opens pretty early if they got me coming in at 8:45. Because I'm saying, wondering, like, wait, what time do they open? But
that's the service center. The service center.
Yeah, just whatever that is on Colonel Glenn.
Hey, see if the service. What time the service center open at night?
Okay. The one on Colonel Glenn is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is that the service? Is that it? Service center?
That's the whole service. What I'm saying, that's the whole thing for all of it, for sales and everything. it's called the service center number. If you get on their website, Crane, the Crane dealership,
Yeah.
and it has all the different numbers. It'll have service center, purchasing, or whatever, financing. They have all those different numbers down underneath it somewhere. Then you just call us the time, or it might be show the times. But I do believe they open up at like 8 o'clock, 8 to 8, 8:30, something like that. You might be one of the first ones. That would be good.
Yeah, it would. So
sometimes they take it as a schedule, or sometimes I hate it when they schedule it. They'll say, well, even though they don't have nobody in there, they don't know how long it's going to take to look at your car, so they'll have to park it somewhere in the lot.
and that's what it is. I was scheduled for this Monday, but because it's so early, it might get me out the way.
Right, but they won't just put you in there if somebody else's slot is like 15 minutes after you get there.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they skip.
Yeah, I see.
That's why they think, too, it's 1 or 2 days, because if your situation is more, then they have to give it more time.
Yeah.
Like, they'll probably look at it the first day, or if they say things that, like, they'll get all the short stuff that's easy, quick and easy, maybe change a tire or fix a battery or something like that. But after that, because the Crane dealership where I got the car, they do all the servicing on the car. I don't do anything. They just say, bring it back here. He needs to look at the tire. He needs to do this. We service your car. You don't have to take it to no kind of take 5 or nothing like that. We do your oil change. We do everything.
Yeah, and that's why I was told to go to the actual Crane Hyundai.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right then. But look, I got them pulled up right now, actually. The website, or not website, but
The service may not be open today, because I know they open on Saturdays, but I don't think the service center is open on Sundays. But what you could do is just see the number for the service center or the hours for the service center.
Well, what I'm looking at here, the one on Colonel Glenn, it is closed today.
Do you have a phone number for it in the morning? Or do you have hours? Do you see the hours?
Oh, it's 7A to 7P, Friday to Saturday.
Well, let us tell you, they open up at 7, and if you do get there early, maybe they can go ahead and take the car. You drop me, because I got to be there at 7:30.
Right.
If they could take the car and you leave it or whatever.
Right. We gonna get back in your car and take you to your appointment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Just make sure you have your insurance and stuff out of Mama's car, so you can drive my car. Because I don't have insurance on the car now. Remember that.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you got everything you're going to need for that.
Yeah.
What else? I'm trying to think of anything else. Other than that, I would just probably be careful, because I don't know. Like I said, they had called me. They've been trying to call me when I was in Virginia, but I saw a letter that said, I thought they was going to try to repossess my car. And they said, no, we've been trying to call you because we're trying to let you know that I don't know why I was getting all the texts and stuff about my car.
Yeah.
And they was like, your car is straight. You're okay, because you have a payment that you're going to be fine with until at the end. Like I have to make a 1,680 payment at the very end of all of my car notes, period.
Okay.
But, so, you can have all your little paperwork or whatever, because I don't have anything in the front car except for like the paper that they sold me the car with, and my insurance card ain't no good. And I don't even see the registration, to tell the truth. I don't know why it's not in there. That's crazy. The registration is not in there because my sticker's not in. Holy smokes. Here's the thing that's missing out of my car. The registration.
You don't know where that's at, you say?
It should have been there. It should have been in the pocket with everything else. But I took that stuff up to the state not too long ago before I left. The car is registered though, because the tags, they gave me the tags, the sticker.
Yeah.
They told me, no, your tags are good till November. I don't know where the registration is. Because when I took it up there to them, it might still be in the car though, Mark. I don't think there's much in the car. But the paperwork still might be in there. I have to check it in the morning, but I didn't think of it. I haven't been able to find it. Because I had to check it up to the DMV for something. When they wanted, they wanted the title. That's what it was. Wanted the title because the car is still financed.
Yeah.
Shucks, I'm not finding out. I thought about that. But it has, it's good. They shouldn't really put you up for anything. If you don't speed or like that, they really have nothing, they're going to ask you for license registration. And if you don't do anything like that, then you're okay because the tags are good till November.
Yeah.
If you would pull over or anything.
These guys set the stage for the attitude here.
Yeah, you think about that. When she asked me about that title,
They're ready to break some faces.
that sucks. That scares me now because I don't have anything. I'll probably ask her for a call. How long you got to talk to that time? Okay, so we're good. I guess, like I said, I'll be up. You coming home with me about 6:30? By the time we drive over there?
Yeah. No,
because I gotta be there on time. I gotta be there kind of early, and I'm gonna make sure I'm good. Because they gotta talk to me first, and then explain to me everything that's gonna happen.
Right.
And so I said 8 o'clock on the dot.
Did you get what I meant by I should have made that for Tuesday? I mean, I know that, you explained how that wouldn't work for you, how that would be worse or whatever, but did you get what I meant by that? I would already be up. I wouldn't have to get up if it would have been Tuesday. Because I would have to go in Monday night, which is Tuesday morning. And I like being able to sleep in. So part of me was like, God, I should have told that lady Tuesday instead of Monday. Because that means I have to go to bed tonight now. And that sucks.
Dang it, I wish you would have called them yesterday, because yesterday would have been a good time to call them to change it to Tuesday. Because then Tuesday probably would have worked for me as well, because you would already be up.
Yeah. So, hey, look, I'm not against calling them in the morning anyway. I ain't against it, even before we go.
Okay, because if you're not against it,
I'm just saying, it's still on the table, as far as I'm concerned.
For me, because I don't have nothing to do with it, but I do have to be at work the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Because I'm supposed to be helping label where all the furniture is supposed to go to work. And I got to get ready for the fire chief because he's got to come and do an inspection of all of our signs on how we get out of the building.
Oh, yeah, that.
My job. That's part of my job.
One morning this week, I also got to talk to my landlord. We got some stuff to talk about, but yeah, that's nothing. Man. That's something different. Anyway.
Bunch of water heating on.
Yeah, so.
Because it's inconvenient.
It is. It's funny because this apartment was also kind of Mama and I was kind of iffy about it when we first visited anyway, because I guess apparently she found out that it's been just a lot going on in this particular unit. So I was like, I think about that sometimes. I was like, yeah, we did kind of hear something like that before we chose it. We heard that things were going on in here, but. Oh, probably. I'll just have to ask.
I would. I mean, I don't know how much it would take to move all the stuff out of there, but I really do. Maybe they just got doing everything they had to do to it. They be ready for the next person. They get time to fix the floors or anything else. That's what's crazy.
And then she's never here for the most part. Then they give us these notices on the door talking about an inspection. But it ain't gonna happen because look at the dates. Like now it says the 24th, but just last week or like early in the week it said possible inspection, random units on the 19th. I thought about it. I said no, it ain't gonna be nothing on the 19th. That's Juneteenth. I said it ain't coming. And then the other night, before when I went to work, I had another notice on my door now saying the 24th. So I'm like, yeah. They just keep doing stuff.
I think when they do, they're not realizing that the holidays and the summer.
Yeah,
like
they just print it and just send it out, then be like, oh, wait a minute. Now I got to redo it. Yeah. That actually happens more than you think. So, and that's why Nikki be like, most of those times she just throw them notices away because they ain't coming.
Yeah.
Just something, they just.
I really got to call her. That's on my phone. I need to call her about the kids. What you call those up said that, what's that girl name? The youngest one. Said that she been getting lots of calls. Doctors, they getting lots of calls from parents. So like, you know, like Nikki with a whole bunch of them things. And I'm wondering if that's where the influx is coming in. Because we're coming from Nikki. You know, I would greatly like to thank her or take her out to lunch or somewhere and get the money because we need kids in there now.
And I don't know how many kids Kiara got, but I think Pumpkin just had a child.
No, I'm talking. Nikki was talking to the ladies out there for me in the complex. I talked to her and I gave her a whole pack of them things.
Oh yeah.
And I gave her one of the forms like to get their name and number and all that stuff. And all she had to do was just, I was going to go back and pick it up on my day off, but, I mean, when I was getting back, so like 2 days behind, coming back.
Did anyone out here call you back? Or whatever, reach out?
Call Johnson. They go call Johnson. Everything has been forwarded with a new phone number, not Dorsey's number anymore, because they're in charge. Dorsey's just basically doing our grants. She's a consultant and she does the rent. She consults for me, and she just does rents. That's all she does. She does no. Only thing she has is the fact that she's trying to get her name out the situation when the girls do what they do.
Right.
But they put her name out there. But, so now there's 2 ladies. They are the face of the school.
And they
actually 4 of us. It's 4 of us. It's Tiffany, Dr. Rose, and Jocelyn.
People calling them back?
She said they got an influx last week. She said everybody came back from vacation, right? And she said all of a sudden the girl, she said, yeah, my phone was ringing the whole time. I just been trying to take the names and numbers until I would get that with them.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, I was like, oh, I said, who? I said, Bruce is only going through you. She said, no, but I gave it to Jocelyn. She said she would mind answering the calls while she was on vacation or video, so. And I know Jocelyn, she really with the homeschool moms too, because the homeschool moms are trying to connect with us and bring their children in, and then some of them will become the parents to the teachers, like the assistants or whatever.
Yeah.
And the teachers actually teach them.
Okay.
So we get all the homeschool moms too. That's a lot of kids, because Marlene had, like Jocelyn got 5 kids. But her baby went downstairs to the bedroom. The 2-year-old. You'll fight her too. Don't you think that? You fight your own sister. And you say, I'm sorry. Well, don't say I'm sorry to her. And she just asleep, man. She put her hair up and water in his head. Like, y'all for it.
So you got some kids coming in. That's good.
I think I might get, I mean, I really don't want, what's the name of it? I'm not going to use Fernando. But the type of kids we're getting as far as the IEPs are concerned.
Yeah.
And then now they changed it to $7,000 money for this child is.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money for a child. But we're going to do months, I'm sorry. 7,000. It's 3 months, but we're getting paid properly.
Yeah.
But one is going to come to she said something like 4,000 a month. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just gotta make sure, you know, again, with Stacey, there wasn't nothing like Stacey. She was like, oh, you know, do you think you should be staying up there that long? I said, no, I'm not. You know, they're still a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're paying for free, and you don't have to, and I have to make sure everything is accounted for. Because last time I did that, everybody was putting stickers on and stuff. I was like, why you check that level like that? You know, you can't say it was ours. When we know it is, we got to look like everything else we got.
Yeah.
They were killing me. And then somebody must have beat us to that school, too, because this time they gave us some more of those chairs or doors. Hey, you know, the ones that, you know, the old school dance when you was in school, they got the chairs, the metal, the little silver metal legs and stuff. She didn't want them back anymore, so she had gave a whole bunch of them away. I was like, hey, she told us to know. He said, y'all come back, and we got other stuff that's in boxes that ain't never been opened. I would definitely give y'all all of that. We got to clear out the basement to get new stuff that's coming to them.
Yeah.
But I'd really like to know who are these people that's requisitioning to That means from Scholar Made that these folks get all the nice new desks. But I told Doris, I said, when your money come in, we need to order some new up-to-date desks.
Mm-hmm.
And since we have Chapel, and I understand Chapel, I think for Chapel we still need those type of desks that she don't like.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's easy to write down stuff. You know, in church it's different. You know, but in a chapel on Wednesdays, or they're gonna change the date, I think, on Tuesdays, I think. But in chapel, they're gonna need somewhere to put a notebook and take notes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where their spiritual education comes from, in chapel, once a week. So she wanted to get rid of them chairs. I'm like, she said, I want it to look like a church. I said, but really? It can still look like a church. You can still do that. You can split them up, half on one side of the room, half on the other. And then a shelf of Bibles in the back of the ones we're going to try to order for the kids.
Yeah.
They come with workbooks. I said, but they need a place to write. Listening to somebody is different than actually taking notes. But when Apostle get on there, he's totally doing a virtual thing with them.
Yeah.
They don't have to take notes because you know how he do. He's like, can you go to page? And I'm just giving you a foundation. He be on it. And he going to have to talk slow too because them babies, they learn how to read and write. Because they're gonna have to do it they're gonna probably have it recorded because it's gonna be two different. They're gonna try to keep the little ones from the older. That's what they're gonna try to do. Like they'll probably have theirs in their classroom, the kindergarten room. There's supposed to be 12 kids in that room. They're trying to keep it between 10 and 12.
Okay.
Okay. So because first of all, that ratio, if we will only have two main teachers. Because everything else is all teams. They're going to they get the theory first and do the actual handiwork of it, learning how to do the math and then actually doing the math with a activity.
Oh, okay.
So, but now she wants them to build a box city. So I'm sitting here looking up things on Amazon, but I think I'm going to have to order some boxes from Uline. And they have to paint them, decorate them. Every room is going to have a city in the room. I don't know how you're going to do that. I'm like, and she said, well, it's just like they're going from in the town. Like she wanted outside of each room, but that ain't going to work. That's not going to really work because it's going to take up the hall space. But when she said, oh, maybe every room could be a different part of the city. Like it'll be a church room. It'll be a storefront. A supermarket or whatever. Everything's going to be what is supposed to be in that room. Kind of like when you go to the Discovery Museum, which has actually changed lately. So, they're going to have a place that's a store, a place that's a church, a place that's a library, a place that's a whatever, but it has to be all built by boxes. And there's a grant for that give you money on children who can build their own city. It's part of STEM. I was like, okay. If you say so, that's good. More boxes got to be ordered. I can't see the kids actually trying to break down. I can see them doing boxes. They just need plain white boxes. So we ain't got time to be trying to, how you going to paint that? And she goes, all use that carpet. The WWE Universe more than ready to see this. That has to also stick to it. When it's dry, it's flakes. So your man that you pay, they come and vacuum once a week on Fridays. They're going to have tennis for it.
How's the Porter kids doing?
They're doing good. I'm going to call them today because I still want to sit their dad and want this stuff. If he don't take it, I'm just going to take it to the other room. Me and Fernando are using it because that's going to be our dressing room in there anyway. Yeah. So we can have one in this space. And I want to fix this up really nice. He likes navy blues. I got to get some curtains. And right now I'm just trying to save my little money up. And we, those pictures that we took, those superhero pictures we made.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get it gloss a little bit through what's that slide that picture that place that sends the picture to you.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get big. I'm trying to put it in nice gold frames or something. So they're both blue, and that's the pretty thing about it. They're both in blue, and that's his favorite color. And I was like, oh, okay then. Yeah. I think I'm gonna put that in front of us on the one wall. Or behind it. Right. So, but I want it to be really nice, and I also want to have a shelf put in. So it'd be like a shelf that looks like the wood, just the plain wood thing going across.
Yeah.
On top of us, you can have other small pictures of children and plant things like that. Just something nice. Nothing, no real plants. Nothing real plants in the living room or something. But the other room, he wants it decked out as a dressing room. Like watches, everything. Because I saw Christmas and everything, and they found all this stuff on Amazon. I said, "Hey, Chris, you can't tell you to send that stuff when you order it." So I went through their house to Richard and everybody. And did the thing with it. But I like the way they do their storage. You know, they got a garage, right? And we got this college back there. The room, the storeroom, or whatever. And then they, this is like, I think they say like $3,000 for stuff every month.
Yeah.
I mean, she can be stocked and overstocked. Did I tell you, she had so many big old things of toilet paper and foil. I mean, you name it. It was just boxes of boxes. And I know she's doing it because when they read the room, their plan was to just pay the house off.
Yeah.
They want to pay it off. That's what Chris. That's her own vision. She don't want to have a house loan.
Yeah.
They try to get update their cars because they keep going to the shop on the car. But then when I saw this, what she had? It was like 8 stacks of 24 count or whatever it is of paper towels. Same thing with the toilet paper. Same thing with the foil. Same thing with the zippers. All like that. And sodas and drinks and what you call them things? Gangsters. It's like everything was like, okay, 6 boxes of everything included on a bulk scale.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So she got her garage with those big garage shelves. You see them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, honey, she done doubled it. And she got a workout room down there now. When you have to, she still got the kickboxing thing in there, the thing box, or the thing she kickboxing with. She got another 6 in there. And she was, you had to switch out the little metal things on her hand weights, her foot weights, all this stuff. And then she got a box in there that holds a certain number of pounds, because you have to just put her legs on it, do a sit-ups, or put her legs, like you do a push-ups, and she can put her legs, like, what they call it, plank?
Yeah.
Plank. I said, Chris got that place. I said, she got it loaded up, and she got like a grill and stuff in there. And also, it's stuff where they keep it like, they just pull it out, you know, when she let the garage up. I'm like, okay. But I like the way she set up everything. So I took a picture of everything that she had in the house. I thought, okay, I can't quite do it on her scale, but I can make it comfortable when we end up talking about heavy things to move. It's time to breathe. But, you know, Fernando, he's probably going to always hire somebody.
Yeah.
Because I think he's getting tired. Oh, boy, I didn't say about the old lady that drove us here there.
Yeah, the kind of like white lady, but real sassy.
Yeah, she was black. I didn't lie. She was white, she was black, but she looked white. I told Fernando, I said, baby, she was just like you. But when she opened up now with her red lipstick on, she said, y'all did everything. I was smoking or shit on it. I'm like, oh my God, okay. It was good. I was like, this old man on that.
Yeah.
She still got a bit good, but I had no shot to eat too. And she was all punched on. When I saw her, it's like, how are you? It's going to take forever. She started talking and I'm like, oh, she should get home. We should get home.
Well, you told me about your old lady. I'm gonna tell you about my old lady now.
Okay.
You talk about that bus driver. That's your recent old lady experience.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you mine. And I've already told Mama and Nana this too because I had to tell somebody. So, and now I gotta tell you. Earlier I decided to go to a Kitchen Express. And I ain't been there in a while, right? So like, go Kitchen Express. Now at Kitchen Express, I don't know what it is. I have one of those Wisely cards. And it's a Wisely card. I won't say brand, but company card. It's what my paycheck and everything comes on. Now, only at Kitchen Express do I find myself, in order to pay for my stuff, I have to like type in the actual 16-digit card number on their little device. Like the tap, don't worry, well, it ain't gonna tap no way because it's a chip. That's what I've learned. That if it got a chip on it, I don't know if you can tap if it got a chip.
You can do both, but it's gotta have that little symbol that says tap. So you know where it's tap.
No, yeah. So, well, no, my card ain't got that, but it does have a chip. But anywhere else, I never have to do that. And I'm trying to tell the lady, behind the counter, I say, hey, when I come here, I usually just have to type in the card number. Now, keep in mind, I got the money. Like, I'm not deficient funds or anything like that. You know, I'm just trying to let her know this is how I usually have to do it when I come here. And you know, she's trying all these other different ways, and so I'm doing that. You know, with her. Then all of a sudden, I see this other card just be presented from the lady that's behind me, that's in line behind me. It's a Regions card, you know.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll pay for it. And I'm like, what? I'm like, thank you? You know? I don't know who this woman is. All she bought was just a couple of side items, so. My total's like 23 something. Because I got it like an extra side. You know, you get 2 sides, but I got a 3rd side, so. But yeah, this old lady paid for my meal. Yeah, and I asked her what her name was. She said it's her name was Claudia. And if I have to throw an age out there, I'd say in her 80s.
Okay.
If I have to give her an age, yeah. And I introduced myself because I wasn't expecting that. That was like, I looked at the lady like, oh, okay. Like the lady behind the counter, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, yeah. So yeah, so this lady paid for my food. Yeah, and that's what she said. She was like, I'm blessed, and I just want to bless someone else. And she was just like, pass it on, you know. Yeah. So and of course we left about, you know, at the same time. So you know, I hold the door open for her, you know. Let her, as we were leaving. So, yeah, that happened today. Like, just out of the blue.
Moments like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Moments. And it's just so crazy that you can't do that to each other, you know, just because.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, why do you always open the doors for people? Or why it's like, oh, I'll take that for you. Like, it's like, she's like, what about your back? I said, so praise God that it don't hurt right now. And then I just go ahead and bend over and get it. You know, but she don't get it. But I told her, she do that. She don't have to right open the door.
Yeah.
But that shit, I think she kind of get it. Because she has to say, how do you feel? You miss Aiko? Poor Aiko. I said, yeah, you're right, poor Aiko. But I prayed and told God to send her to a family that, has children who can match her energy.
Yeah.
And she's going to be all right. You're going to bless her because he's going to bless me. For her to be, with somebody else. He knew that she was here by herself. And it was a due time that, he knew she had to be replaced.
Yeah.
But she did all she can do for me.
Yeah.
Then she grew up. She was eventually going to get wilder because she was already a stray, chasing out the cars and trucks and stuff. I'm like, gee, I'm surprised nobody took her off the road.
Yeah, no.
She's a beautiful dog.
No, yeah.
All she got to lay down and let you rub her belly, then it's like, I want you to get that chip out. I hope you get that chip out of her.
I'm sure they will. Don't they got laws and stuff about that stuff now?
Yeah, it has to be comes up. Well, when I gave her the first time, she was supposed to be in, they were supposed to change the name and the registration. That's why I gave them that whole book of everything that they had. They have that registration number that Robin, when she got it put in, and where she was from, Memphis or wherever, and they didn't change the person, the location. They didn't do none of it over here at the Animal Village. They just left. And that's why you keep getting called, or I keep getting called, or whatever. The last time they called me, it's like, your dog is. Yeah, I think. And then you had already told me, right?
Yeah.
But then they're gonna call me and said, "Are you Kimber Koreshi?" I was like, "Yeah, it's all lot. Like, who was this? A bill collector? I didn't know who it was."
Yeah.
That's all 501. And they were like, "Were you showing your dog?" I'm like, Well, and then I said what like that because I knew you had already told me.
Yeah.
Wow. It was always something. I hope they do change it. I really hope they change it.
Yeah. I want Echo to get a good home.
I really want her to get a good home. She's a really good dog. She really is.
Just wild.
Well, she wild because she was here by herself. You know, we was going to walk 3 times during the day before I started doing it at school. And then the doors came out, well, I'm allergic to, she really ain't. She'll say she'll allergic to everything, but let Apostle tell her, he said, but you trust in God that you're not going to be allergic to it, right? I'm like, boy, but he put stuff out there so funny to me, because I'm like, wow. I felt like I talked to my mom, her knee, Mama was having trouble with the knee, because Mama wouldn't move around. But as soon as she started, going down and talking to making her go and stuff, she wouldn't even complain about the knee. See, that means it really wasn't bothering her like she thought it was. And just like me with my back, it really wasn't bothering me. And I started taking the stairs and that to the job. Don't get me wrong, it hurts, but I can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It hurts, man. It hurt like a dickens. But after a while, during the day, my muscles are like, it's my muscles that are not hurting. It's the joints that are hurting. And I was like, okay, let me take my time because the first thing they said is, Dr. Brian, I went back, that's why they gave me this infusion. He said, you got to figure out why you are not able to breathe. I mean, by the time I get to the 5th step, 6th step, I feel like I'm about to pass out. And so I sure hate to fall down backwards on them stairs because I see many people break their necks like that. And you break your neck, that's it. And so, I say, but yeah, I say, but I like the way Apostle do it because he needs Doris to buck up. She needs to buck up. I love that about how he teach us. Because he kept saying, how can you say you got blessed and you got money coming and all this stuff? And then all of a sudden, I ain't got no money and I'm broke. And then first of all, don't speak life to broke. I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
She did it just like that. And I was so quick. I mean, she put it out there and he just said, stop saying you're broke. And I was like, Jesus. I was like, I told her today, I said, Doris, I'm going to tell you, I have to tell you this. Because that lady, she did a prophetic word over me. And I started going through it. And it's Mark, everything, I'm almost at the end of the prophetic word. And everything she done said has come true. Including about what Dad's vision was. And so, I was like, okay. So I told Doris, I said, well, I'm going to thank you for this, Doris, because I'm going to thank you because after Prophetess T gave me that prophetic word, something tells me to go back and look at my prophetic word. She wrote down, because Doris was writing it while she was telling it to me. Yeah. And so I thanked her for writing it down because it let me go back and say, Doris, first of all, I'm thanking God for you because although it was a little rough, at the beginning, she said, I noticed how you kept asking me, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I know my countenance was off. That means you think I'm mad at you because I'm not getting paid. I'm not mad at you because of that. I'm mad at you because you don't get up. And then you had put me and Sharnice down as a person, because we had a chance to really sit down and talk at her office, that we were your personal assistants. And not just say, oh, this is Kimber, she'll be there to pick it up. Why do you have to announce us like you got some clout over us?
Yeah.
That pissed me off. And so when we started talking, she said, and then the other day, remember I told you, she said, do you feel like a flunky? I said, oh, you should ask me that. And we went through that conversation. I said, yes. And then she got to thinking, she said, I feel like a flunky too. I said, how do you feel like a flunky? She said that the girls made her feel like one. The 3 girls. And I said, but now you see how it feels. Yours was because of monetary. Mine is because you just don't move.
Yeah.
Don't move. If you would move, that would make me feel like, okay, I'm getting some help too. But you don't want to move no furniture. You don't want to pick up no. But she just probably that's what she asked me. She said, oh, so you're not going to have your car tomorrow? I said, no, I'm not going to actually be there tomorrow. Remember I told you that? So that means she's not writing down my appointments either because she just said, Kim, I wasn't expecting you to July the 18th. So July the 18th. Doris, didn't you tell me to be back before July? That's why I had scheduled the way I did. But I'm glad that, we had that chance to talk. When she said that flunky thing, I said, but see, flunky was because you allowed them to bully you out of that money.
Yeah.
She really only owed them $1,000 each, if not that. They maybe $700 each. out of all that year because they had stolen money from the petty cash because she was just putting money in a box that's supposed to be a lock box that Shanice had the key to. That she should have kept she should have said, okay, petty cash is there. She should have kept the key.
Yeah.
Or she could have given it to me because she trusted me. But then Shanice would have asked me, why do you have the key to the petty cash? Because she kept asking me, why do you have the keys and I don't? Why are you doing my job and I don't? I said, that's because she was stealing. She said, well, why do you have keys to the building when I don't? Because George did not want them girls back in that you know, they still calling her. That girl Jada.
Yeah.
She told the other day, I told her, I said, I had a terrible dream, but I ain't know what you doing about it. Now I know because of them. And she said, and she said, on time, that girl called her with, hey, well, why, are you mad at me? And then she said, because she needs money. And so when Doris answered the thing, she said, everything's okay, we just learning stuff. But then y'all put on Facebook, y'all on fruitless, and y'all just have 5,900 they all got separately. They've been everywhere. And usually I told her, I said, and the one thing I'm talking about, because Doris don't listen, I said, you do remember me telling you that girl went, her baby told us, Shanice, a girl told us they went to Wisconsin in their car, and the police said if she leaves the state with their car, it is considered stolen and an elderly abuse. And she didn't file it, she didn't do it. I said, okay. And I said, Doris, those are the things that make me mad about you. Well, God said, vengeance is mine. I said, he also told you to take action. Because if the enemy don't believe fat meat is greasy, and you said, and I know vengeance said God said the enemy knows that people are so lackadaisy about stuff or still fear what bad people will do to them. He said, I can't do nothing with that. But if you take action to do your part, then you wouldn't have those problems. And we were talking about that for a long time. I'm like, dang, they got on my nerves. Why are you still giving them money? They never showed up for you. Just paid them the 6 months of work and no show. You paid them for 6 months.
Did she even feel bad about it, or?
The funny thing that made her not feel bad about it, she kept saying, Kimber, I think I paid you too much. I paid you on my house. You know, my house payment is $2,000 something. And that's what she was suing me about. I said, Doris, I told you that you had sent me $1,700 already for my car to get my tags and everything. And so he said, no, you can't. And she sent some more money, right? And I didn't know. She said, but it came at a time when she was trying to help me make sure my rent was caught up. So that was her thing. I didn't ask her for anything. But I didn't know that because I had requested that I needed her help. Now the car was rent. The car was a given because she had did that a month prior. And I was like, okay, because you wanted me to get this car, and she realized that Henderson did not approve it through the corporation, which means now the car is actually my responsibility, not there. And so that's where the guilt came in. So a lot of it was guilt. But then when she came to me and said, Kimber, I paid you too much, I said, hold up. Hey, this is the day. Listen, when you put me in the hospital with my back, moving stuff, driving new cars and stuff. And I said, we really had a talk. I was like, I said, so what are you saying? We was in the car together. I was taking her to a doctor's appointment. I kind of was in a light. I just looked at her. She said, you look. I said, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying, that you overpaid me. I don't think that you ever asked me about, hey, so please give it to them. So you said, so you telling me they are booking you. But it doesn't stop. You feel like you gotta pay them off until. But you know what you just did? You spread the peace. As long as you're giving them, they're gonna keep coming back after you. And that's why I kept giving up my penny. I told her, okay, she's gonna keep let you have this. But then she goes, well, I had to use mine since I paid you your money. I said, well, you didn't have to because I told you that. Then you had to do your Social Security to offset that $1,300 I told you to do. And I didn't ask you to do that. What are you telling me though? Why are you telling me? Because I didn't ask you to do that. I told you to take what because I'm going to do like a rocket a baby all day. It didn't cost me nothing. And I was still eating lunch. I was still, I never asked her for anything. No money or nothing. She just kept sending me stuff. She said, Kim, do you mind ordering some food? I'm like, your phone. I was like, your phone? I was like, what you mean? Order some food. I mean, I'm like, okay. She was, I was never got it, but I realized it was she was sending money to Sharnice, to her Zelle or whatever she was doing, and it would be enough to give, maybe her and Sharnice some food, but then Sharnice say, oh, we were short $20 or $30. She said, how? She said, because then you want me to get you cheap. What she be doing? She wanted to for the day. But when Sharnice would say, it's her door stink, because they already know this. Well, I ordered you $40 for it, because I know you don't like to cook, or you don't sugar. Sometimes you just like to go and warm it up. So when she asked for the extra money, she was feeding her kids. They would get me.
Yeah, and listen, he'll tell you how good he is.
I said they studied her. They understood where she was coming from. And they were like, okay, and she don't question it. We don't have to answer. I said, but all the time, I said, that's crazy. But I told her, we talked about her. I said, Doris, I love you so much, because the thing is, you can say you're a good person, but God ain't looking for good people. He's looking for God people. That means you have to have discernment. You have to be smart about what you're doing. You have to be a good steward of your time, money, and effort. You have to be a good steward of how you see people. When you start to question me, are you okay? Now I'm thinking you questioning me. What are you questioning me for? Am I okay? Are you guilty of something? Yeah, she just said, oh my. And I was like, she said, well, that hurts my feelings. When she said, I think what they say it hurts my feelings. Do you know what hurts my feelings more? That when you say nice things to me or good things to me, it feels like it comes out of guilt. You just never know how I'm so glad that you are like a sister to me. First it was like a sister. She said, you are my sister. I had to tell her that. I said, I'm not like a sister to you. We sisters in Christ. But to be your sister, to be someone who you can talk to when you can't talk to nobody else, I was like, man.
A clash for the title here in this exciting phase.
I told her, I said, but now she gets it. She said, you know what? She said, even if I'm close to them, she said, I would never be able to talk to them like I talk to you. She said, you're the only person, of course I'm talking to you about certain things, but some of the deep down stuff and shit I talk about, true, feelings, not being lonely, and getting on my mate, stuff like that. We keep that to ourselves. Even when she tell me about her, how her body is reacting and her cancer and all that stuff. I told her, I said, that's another thing, Doris. I said, you don't tell the truth about what's really going on with you, because that really piss people off too. I said, I'm going to be honest with you. You said this hurt your feelings, and what pissed me off is you didn't tell me that you was always with some age 2 or 3 at the time. It was 2 when we first got there, when I first met her. And then all this time, because she's not eating right, not doing things right, she had went to stage 4. That means at that age, she went to 3, didn't tell me about it. And then she is at the end, and blood boy hits her in the eye. And then when they go do some testing on her, they realize she has stage 4 cancer. And I'm like, okay, why didn't you share that? I wouldn't have got mad because you're sitting on your ass. I wouldn't have got mad because, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have got mad. Because I wasn't mad. I just didn't understand why you keep asking me, are you okay? That's what made me mad. If I'm not okay, that means you're doing something wrong, and I don't recognize it. Because I'm trusting you.
Yeah, that's guilt.
Exactly.
They're doing something wrong, and you haven't noticed. That's guilt. They don't want you to notice, but they expect you to. And if you're not, something must be wrong. Therefore, they ask, "Is everything okay?"
She told me, she said, when she went to the bank, and she said, don't be mad at me. I know you're gonna be mad. I said, you know what, Doris? My anger don't come out of what you are doing. My anger is the fact that you didn't get away with what they're doing to you.
Yeah.
I can like protect you. And I was just telling her today, my name is Fortress, fortified protector of whatever I love, whatever I care about, whoever I love. And I told her, I said, when Pastor Hunter told me, he said, you need to go look at your name. Because I'm telling you, you are prophetic walking. You are prophecy walking. You are protected. You cover everything. That's why your children, they say that you hover But what they don't realize is that you protect them at all costs, even against us, the church. But you don't trust the church people. And when he said that to me, that did it all for me. I said, oh, that's all I needed to hear. When my dad gave me that name, but God told me, he said, but I don't remember the prophetic word that lady gave me. She said, know who you are. Know what your name means. And when I look at Kimbra, I protect the fortress. I am a fortress. I am a protector.
Yeah.
He put me in that spot by being, at first I was really angry all the time, and I said, Lord, you have to help me get rid of this anger. He said, your anger is not anger. He said, it is passion. You have a passion to protect people. You have a passion to get things done. But when it doesn't happen, it's when you take it out on yourself. That's where your anger comes from. That you feel like a fool. You feel like you're being used. You feel like you're trouble. You feel like it's not that. Just because if that was the case, Paul, Peter, Mark, and Luke live the same way.
Yeah.
And so Jesus said, do you know who you are, what your name means, what your name changes, what your transformation is to you, then you won't get angry anymore. You will truly understand why he puts you in a time such as this and in the situation you've been through. I had to go back and look at all those bad things that Jerome lived.
Yeah.
They didn't feel bad. He was just too young.
Yeah.
He was too young to understand how to treat somebody. And then this is why me and Fernando, man, we are one force. Let me tell you, he told me, he said, you know what? He said, it's probably good that we met at this time in our lives. Because I was in the Army, I ain't really looking about, I had a wife or whatever, but I didn't really, go out and do anything like that because my dad raised me under Christ, period. And I was going to show respect. My dad said, respect your name. He said, you ain't got nothing but your name. He said, I'm telling you right now, if you don't respect yourself, nobody else going to respect you. Once they find out, oh, that's white kid, we know if you did anything. But if you carry yourself accordingly, I said, wow. And Daddy used to say the same thing. Unless you carry yourself accordingly, people can put whatever name they want on you, but that's what you're going to believe, because that's how you act. They looking at how you act, not what they see on they see on the outside, they don't see what's on the inside.
Yeah.
And I was, man, he used to tell me all the time, Auntie, you gonna blow up, you gonna cut us, and I'm like, oh, bad boy, I'm bad at it. But after I found out, I said, King, this is true. This is true. And when that lady did that prophetic word over me, I laid in that floor, I said, Lord, I heard the song, make me a house of prayer. Lord, make me a house of prayer. I lay down on that floor prostrate.
Yeah.
Something came over me, and I was like, oh, wow. You know how you feel like something is quickening your spirit?
Mm-hmm.
When you don't know if you're doing something wrong, and you're like, you don't deserve your what? And I was like, she said, oh, Kim. She told me the doors were sitting there watching me. She said, you laid on the floor and you had what happened? I said, I don't know, but I had to get up out that floor, go in the bathroom, and be by myself. I don't need her watching over me. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
He said, this is not a show for her. I had to get up and leave her presence. He said, I don't know if that was the Holy Spirit. He said, get up. You don't have to show for her.
Yeah.
Your responsibility is to the Father. And I was like, man, I got up out that floor, went in that bathroom. I had to get it out. It was between me and the Lord. I said, me and the Holy Spirit. Because I said, I really need to get this, whatever it is on me, off me. Because I didn't trust nobody. I didn't trust nobody. Even Stacey asked me, she said, Kimber, are you still hypervigilant? Like a mug.
You still talk to her?
They called me. She called me from her personal phone from home. She called me all the time. She said, Kimber, you okay? I ain't heard from you. Blah, blah, blah. We guys just talk on the phone for a long time when I was at my house, personal house.
Yeah.
She said, Kimber, how are you feeling? Why are why are you canceling? I said, no, Stacey, I had left them a message that I had to go check on my granddaughter. She said she needed grandmother. And she said, oh, Kimber, that's one thing I love about you. You will not let anything break up your household. And she said, but what I really wished is they had made a note to me. Or whatever they did, they took it down and gave me another appointment. And she said, I see you got another appointment. Why did you cancel the first one? I said, because I'm not there, Stacey. I'm late, first of all, because I should have been there today. I should have been back home 2 days ago. Stacey called me. Boy, when I tell you, she said, Kimber, she wrote me back in my charge. She said, Kimber, it was so nice. Getting touch bases with you again, just talking to you. and hearing your voice, and you just sound like you're just happy and you're excited, and you know, like you don't have a care in the world. She said, but I'm gonna tell you this, Kimber. She said, you should make sure you fix your schedule. She said, because I don't think you deserve to be there all day like that.
Yeah.
She said, you're volunteering. I said, well, what I'm trying to do now is actually keep myself motivated to stay out of the beat. When I'm here at home, even on these days like this, that it's just me, I can watch TV or whatever, every once in a while I catch myself crying. I was crying about Daddy the other day. And then I cried about Christiana, because she said, I need you, BB King. I'm here by myself. And I said, Christiana, why didn't you tell me you was there by yourself? She said, I'm asleep, and they can't do anything for me, and I can't go anywhere. And she said, now that you're here, if you come here, you can take me to bowling, you can take me to my place, you can take me swimming, you can do, because she knew I would do that. And I said, Lord, when Mama go home, I told Fernando as well, you're not going to talk about that right now, because you need your mother needs you. He said, but if you want to go back, your children are my children. So what we're going to do is, if you have to go and be close to your granddaughter, we will do that. He said, but until then, we're here for Mama. Your kids are grown.
Yeah.
He said, but now, we are here for your mother. And when your mother goes to glory, he said, you need to do all you can to keep her happy, to keep her okay with the fact that, you know, you're bringing somebody new into the family. Everything. He said, trust me, your mama's my mama, your children are my children. If Mama need anything, and I got my car, I'm going to take her. But Mama said, oh, and I'm like, Mama, you got more than you use. You got a little bit of training in him.
Yeah.
And he know everything about him is respect. And he said he still, sometimes when he can, he will go check on some of the elderly people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love that about him. I was like, oh my gosh. But the other day, it pissed me off. I thought when he got that bus from him. I was like, he came to tell me goodbye. He wanted to give me for sugar, right?
Yeah.
She said, he's like, why he ain't got off the bus? And she said, he always messing something up. But what he was trying to do, make sure I had the second seat, right?
Yeah.
Way in the back. And the lady that was mad at him was sitting right in the regular car. But then when I had to ask her about my ticket, she was like, well, where does it say you're going? I said, so you're going to be getting off in Nashville. So at least she knew that much, but she wouldn't look at my ticket. But I guess she had already known that he took care of it for me.
Yeah.
And so I guess she had something against him. But with that, because he kept saying, I'm going to make sure you get a seat. So you don't need a seat sign here. You just need a seat. It's going to be an empty bus just about. It only has so many people on it. Pick any seat. But he said, I don't want you to do that. I want you to sit right here in the second seat. They didn't like that.
Sometimes a match can't live up to the hype.
He said, the bus not full. So anybody can sit where they want to sit. The only place they couldn't sit was directly behind the driver.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, but he told me, he said, you know what? He said, I was so sad I couldn't get no hugs. He gave me that little wave with your little fingers. He said, man, I want to come over there and just run and just hold you and hug you and love on you. And then he said, when you came, he said, well, I got to get you out of here because they late. First of all, it was late. He said, you would be late again. You would miss that next bus and have to spend all night in the terminal which is what happened, in Nashville. I was like, dang, but we got out of there before me having to spend the night there. So I was so glad they got us out of there at 8:30. And he told me, he said, but that's okay. I like your brownies. And I said, okay. He said, but I told him I'm fix him a peach cobbler next time I go through there. I said, but I told Katrina, because Katrina told me, she said, Kim, I really need you. She said, because you and I, from out of the people at our old church, you and I still talk. But you know, they don't talk to me. They don't love me. They didn't like her husband. Yeah. Because he smoked weed and didn't come to church. No. You know, but you can't fault that on her. This is the one thing I didn't like about the church. If you're not a strong enough woman to bring your man to Christ, then you have some issues. No, that's a personal relationship. That ain't got him not coming has nothing to do with her personal relationship with God. Right. She can do all she can, between him and her. But when y'all start getting involved in it, that's when y'all started really not liking her because you thought she was too weak to bring her in. She told me, she said, I really miss talking to you. I said, girl, you can call me anytime. And I remember there's been many a times where she said, Kim, if I had it, I'd do it. But if I don't have it, because I know she had called me about something. I knew about money. I'm sure it was. But she said, I have to go take the baby to her job, she's been putting her money in for college, right? The little girl, she worked for McDonald's.
Yeah.
And so she's after me $20. She gives me gas money, but because we had to run back and forth because she got to go get her books and get ready for school, it's time for her to, you know, start saving her money for college because I'm not going to have any money. I think her dad probably had a GI Bill, and I need to remind Katrina of that because he passed away. He was in service. And see if there's a GI Bill out there for her to get her books and stuff.
Yeah.
Or stipend. She's supposed to get a $1,400 stipend, I think, every month, like Kristen and them did. So I need to remind her of that because I don't know if she remembers that or not. So if she does, that's going to help them out a lot. You know, I don't want the girl to stop working at McDonald's, but if she needs to study, that money going to come in handy for her and Katrina. Because Katrina's having to leave her apartment. I guess because she can't afford it right now. But I said, it's okay, Katrina, because I said, I get it. But I said, if I ever have anything, you know I'm going to always just send you, you know, maybe a little Amazon card. It may not have nothing on it, but you can get food from it. You can order your stuff from, you know, one of the stores or something. It could be just like a plain little Visa card or something. Go get you some food or whatever. Go put some gas in your car. You know, It don't never be nothing like what Monique be asking me for. Like, I get $300 so you can pay for my hotel room until I get started this job. I said, Monique, you should have been out there doing anything. I don't want to be flipping no burgers. But there you go. You don't want to tell the party. I couldn't tell her that enough. I said, that's why we don't have to talk no more. That's why she don't call me no more. Because I already told her I can't do that. I thought your school thing was doing good. I saw all your stuff on Facebook. That don't mean nothing. Just because I'm doing good don't mean I need to make you look good. So God said, you know, helps those who help themselves, whoever. I can't say it. But I said, the saying goes, those who help themselves, other people won't mind helping. But you know, she didn't try to do that. That's the second time she had to go stay with the pastor now. The second time they found her, the third time actually, they found her in an apartment. And she still did not try to go out and do something. And she still today will say, Kim, I would have never lost my Social Security had you come in there and help me read that stuff about my Social Security. Keeping it or whatever. I said, well, you're the one who wanted to go to work. I didn't tell you to quit your job. I didn't tell you to quit Social Security. You said, nah, I make more money working. I said, okay, because they was giving you, what, $1,800 a month? You do more than me. You blind. And I said, I think because she didn't trust the Asian lady to tell her the truth on what was on the paper. I said, that's another thing. You don't trust God enough to place you with the right person. She may be Asian, but you just judged her right out of not liking you. That means she didn't like you because you kept saying, oh, I'm going to get my friend to come in here with me at 6 so I know what you're saying. Why don't you say some she's talking mushroom stuff like that? Yeah. That's her job, and now you just pissed her off. That had nothing to do with me having to go out to my daughter's car to pick up the baby so she can go to work. That's all cute. So the lady, she smiled and everything when Monique went through the door. She said, why do you have off and put her hand out? Here's a seat. And then Monique said what she said. I told her, I have to wait for my friend comes. I need to know what you're saying. I said, you said it?
The one and only Zaria.
Yeah.
And she still ain't got trust in folks. She still don't have no kind of trust in nobody. I wondered if she trusts them folks on her job. The pastor got her a government daycare job like I had when I was in Germany.
Yeah.
And I know, now in Germany they was paying real, I don't know what they're paying now. But, $21 an hour was a lot for somebody who just babysit. Okay? So, but I said, hopefully he got her the job. I hope she never loses it because he'll never help her again. Because she's one of those people who are entitlement. I told her endorsements remind me of each other.
Yeah.
I said, girl, what? I don't understand. But I told her, I said, you know what? I appreciate you always saying aces in their places, and that was actually Apostle saying. I thought it was her getting it from the people that was doing the places for the kids, the curriculum. And she said that came from him. And the other thing about excellence, that's him. He said, because he think he black. He'll say black excellence. And I was like, oh, okay. He considered himself, a light-skinned Cajun, black Cajun. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said he been with everything, Italian, everything, But I was like, okay. And then he had said something. I know she said something to him about it because the conversation that we had like a couple of weeks ago, I said, well, Doris, I mean, can I ask you a question? Is it because you like him because he white? And she kept saying, all these white men online. I said, Doris, can I tell you something? Them white men ain't just because of you. It's because your business blowing up, and then they think you got something that they want, that they need. And she don't get that. She don't get it. I can't really see no Italian person. I'm telling you now. You don't want to walk. You don't want. I mean, you don't do nothing. You don't run away. You just don't. And then when she said, he said, they're okay. She still not making her mind that she could get up and cook for him and do for him. She said, oh, I love the way he cook. I love it. But I said, whenever she went to go visit, because I never heard her say this. While I was there to visit, I cooked something for Apostle. She never said anything like that. So she can't take an account that everything that she come out your mouth is like on me. It means something to somebody else.
Yeah.
Like calling me a flunky. I was like, oh, so glad you asked. Sometimes you can say the wrong thing. You might think it's the right thing. You feel it a type of way. But I have never flunked you. I have never treated you like a flunky. Yeah. You've always done, I've seen you do it to other people. I've seen it. Even outside of me, even with my niece and nephew, even with people that, offer us something. You say, oh, but can I get like that one instead? Or something like that. Why? If there's somebody giving you something, take it graciously, whether you want it or not. Yeah. Because you can always do something with it. Somebody else might need it. Well, she could get me with the words. Her and Monique, them two right there. I can honestly say this. I have to be real careful around them. Because when Monique called me, she said, hey, gang. So, here we go. That's what she said. Then with Doris, she'll say, well, I know God is still feeling me. I said, okay, because I was saying it. I ran my back quick. Because the man told me, he said, Karen, you better be in here for them, epidural for my back. Yeah. That's the only way they can really count the pain away. It's chronic pain. So they give me medication, they don't even touch me. I said, you have to have that infused in your body, in your joints, all that. So that's why we are infusing your nerves, and you can feel it when we stick that needle in your back. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm gonna bite my teeth, I'm gonna bite my tongue, whatever I got to do, but when they get through, I can walk out of there in 15, 30 minutes, no problem. Yeah. I get like it ain't never happened. She told me, I'm telling you right now, I know you still probably moving stuff and picking up stuff, and they told me you just got this good job. You were watching a baby. But I can tell between you being away the first 4 months and not realizing that your back was still good, and then you coming in here now, that was my second infusion. Yeah. He told me, he said, I can tell that you have been doing something that you should not have been doing. You should not have been lifting over 10 pounds. I don't know how much that baby weighed. Yeah. But you were lifting over. There's something about it. And I was like, okay. Which he did. He grew up. He was, he turned a year old. I had him for that whole year. Yeah. So, I didn't know what else to say. He told me something I can tell. So, in order for you to come back here every 3 months like you're supposed to, and then maybe have another free month of still no pain, that tells me when I see your nerves all beat up and stuff like that, he said something wrong. Yeah. Then your doctor called and asked, do I ever say without telephone on the tape? They communicate. They message each other. Yeah. I said, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I know that you go to pain management, and pain management calls me and asks me, am I aware that you can't breathe? When I'm laying down, because I feel like I'm exhausted all the time. Yeah. He said, you gotta fix that. He said, you gotta fix that. He said, because, you got sympathy, you working around kids and stuff. What if you sit there and fall down and die? Yeah. Those are teachers of my doctors. I love the way he talked to me and everything. I love the way that's the pain management man, though. They wasn't Dr. Brian. Yeah. Dr. Brian's like, it's gonna be all right. He's on the fast, quick fast in a hurry. But he do take his time to say, well, this is what we're gonna do. He done put a whole thing with my chart. I'm putting you on a diabetic thing. I'm having a nutritionist or a dietitian to call me and set me up with some local classes, cooking classes. Yeah. I've been passing nothing,
She's helpless here.
He said, you have one day. He said, I have a meatless Monday.
She's headed to the
I
outside.
was like, a meatless Monday.
Here.
Okay, I can do that. I'm going to do a meatless Monday every week.
Yeah.
Ain't got no meat, but all veggies and all legumes and all, whatever. He said, you need to have a meatless Monday. He said, if you can name all the rest of your days, you name them how you want to. Maybe no sweet Sunday or something. Like no sweet Saturday or something. You just need to do that. I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show them. I can do this. He said, I want you to write everything down. You need to have you a diet of everything. But I have a food diet, as a matter of fact, in the office.
Yeah.
I ain't never just to use it. But since you said it, I'm going to show you. I can do it. Because I don't need insulin. I don't need, certain things they're giving me now, like that gabapentin. All they do is cloud my mind. And y'all told me, because they didn't realize, I didn't realize it though. They were like, well, you have a traumatic brain injury. You had 2 strokes, 1 year apart. That's a traumatic brain injury. That means that's why you have a deficit of, he said, you don't have dementia, you have a brain injury. That's why we have to get you checked out. But you never, I said, I told them that I had a stroke. This is my record. He said, but they didn't count for it to be a traumatic brain injury. They said you're looking for dementia. But you didn't say that. I didn't know it was a traumatic brain injury. Y'all telling me. And then the neurologist telling me. I didn't know that. When you have a stroke, then they consider that traumatic brain injury. I was like, I didn't know. And they was back to back. One was on Daddy's birthday, and 1 year later, the day after I got married.
Yeah.
So now I got to deal with that stuff. That's why they trying to do all these infusions and trying to get my mind right, my body right, whatever. They trying to make sure that I don't hurt myself in trying to go back to work. That's because really, Kim, you should not be working. You should not. When we get it. You're depressed. You got to get out the house. You can't be, you can't really be by yourself like that all the time. And then Stacey asked me, she said, well, where's they all in the same room? She only want to get it right. She said, how's Fernando doing? I said, Fernando's doing great. She goes, well, when is he supposed to come? Now that the dog is gone, she knows the dog is gone.
Yeah.
I told her, and she said, well, are you okay without him? I said, well, you know what, Stacey? It's going to be all right because he'll be here soon. And he did want a little dog. He wanted a dog in the house. But because he's still not here, he understood. Because he said, it's all right, baby. He said, we're going to make the best of it. So you're going to be all right. We're going to cuddle on each other. To get the dog, we got that. He said, but I think later on he'll let me get something little. But I just want to get either our own home or, if it's time for us to move to Virginia, whatever,
Yeah.
I don't want anything no time soon because it's nice to have this time for myself without me having to worry about if she eat. I need to go clean up after her. I need to go, that was a lot of wear and tear on me.
Yeah.
So it really feels good to be able to just, like today I got a chance to pick up my floor and everything in here, wash some clothes, and so now I'm going to try to drag these, actually when you come in the morning, I'm going to ask you one favor, because I got one bag, because I had all the trash and stuff while I was gone, I guess, was still in all the trash cans. I emptied all my trash cans in the house, and I'm going to probably have people put down the back of your car so you can drop it over to the thing.
Yeah.
I gotta get that trunk of mine cleaned out so you'll have something. If you use it, put something in it. For my trunk is stupid stuff. Just stupid stuff. I got tired of bringing it in the house and then taking it out every day, in the wagon. And I was like, I ain't gonna move this stuff. They're gonna ask me for something. I'm gonna say, let me go to my car. Because I ain't gonna go home and go get it. Because there's always something. She said, Kim, are you gonna clean your office? I said, you know what, Dora? It'll get done, trust me, because I already got my floor plan done, right? She said, well, nobody knows where to put anything. I said, because I asked y'all to do a floor plan. All y'all got to do is write down, I want my desk here. I want my board here. Whatever y'all doing, that's all y'all have to do is write it on a piece of paper and hand it to me. I would have made it for you on a little board thing, and then you can hang it on your wall. So when the men are taking the furniture in, y'all have to say, oh, no, move it this way. Oh, no, they don't have time for that. That's why he's charging us so much. Listen, because he's a fair man. But if you can't make up your mind, y'all don't. That's why I said they don't listen to me. But now she comes, she said, I'm going to make sure she's part of the executive group. Because, she's managing this stuff. She's a manager. She can't, I can tell you that she will manage stuff. But, she's also busy. She's, you'll see her moving real fast. Because in her mind, it got to get done. And it's true. You don't have time to wait on other folks.
Oh, and that's what she gets for taking her eyes off her opponent. Taking things back into the ring.
I'm gonna give me something to eat. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, see you in the morning. In about what, 6?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, bye.
All right. Love you too.
Bye.
Athlete right now.
Jesus.
Denied with an elbow. Catches the kick.
Making her way out of the ring here.
Oh, the elbow connects. And Zarya fends her off. Oh, foot meets face.
We are witnessing history in the making here tonight.
This is certainly one that'll be talked about for ages. Oh, quick way to respond with a reversal.
A blitz of offense.
Counters with an attack on Charlotte. Get this back into the ring now.
Tossed like it was not that calculated the next big move.
Not one. Not two. But three. Big boot. Swinging that damn steel chair without a care in the world. Bam! She flipped that attack around. Hoisting them up into the Falcon Arrow.
Escape just in time.
Catches the leg into a dragon screw. Game changer. Oof. She's getting back into the ring, under the ropes.
Oh, bullseye. Boom. Filed back with that elbow.
Zarya crafting an attack. Face buster. She's heading out of the ring. Countouts are not a... factor for her.
How the hell do you call for some help when you're playing the Bloodline Rules match in WWE 2K26? Because this is fucking ridiculous. This is why I don't do this match. It always becomes a handicap match. Me versus my opponent. And all of their fucking fools. Like right now, it's a 2-on-1 handicap match and it's being. How the fuck do I call my help out?
Sliding into the ring now.
Bam! A bit of provocation from Asuka.
Instead, this match type uses
The
the
defensive
bloodline
elbow to the gut ends
feature.
that.
Here is how it works and what you need to know to stop getting overwhelmed. How to pull your enemies. Payback meter. You have to build up your payback meter during the match. Once it is full, you can trigger the bloodline running by pressing R2 plus triangle, PS5, or A plus Y, Xbox. This is the most frustrating part of the mode. The game pulls from your designated allies list. You must go to the roster/edit superstar screen in the main menu and manually assign allies to your character or the character you're playing as. Note: if you are using a custom superstar (CAW), there is a known issue where the system can be inconsistent or grab brand new superstars if your allies aren't set up perfectly or if they are already part of an opposing faction in the game's default logic. Are you feeling overwhelmed? If you feel like it's a 2-on-1 handicap,
Just tell me, how do you feel that meter then? What payback meter? I don't. How do I feel that?
Nothing fancy with that boot. A consistent attack.
How do I feel that meter? Because I'm tired of this.
Charlotte envisioned tonight.
I'm trying to end this fucking match. I ain't had no help.
This has been a hard-fought match. The calls
To get that
are
payback meter
only
filled
going
so
to
you can
get
actually pull
closer.
your back up, you need to be actively engaged in the match with release. It isn't just fill every time. The game rewards you for playing a match that simply plays your favorite wrestlers per second. It's exactly how you feel that is when you're stuck in the mud. 1. Want to build a meter? Meter builds based on your performance. Since you need it fast, you have to prioritize these actions. Absorb damage. Taking damage actually fills your meter faster. If you're just standing there, you aren't building it. Getting hit by heavy attacks, finishes, or even being in a submission hold accelerates the fill rate. Successful reversals. This is the most consistent way. Every time you time a reversal perfectly, R1 for strikes, triangle for grapples, you get a nice chunk of meter. Taunting. Performing a taunt in the ring is a quick way to juice the meter, but be careful. It leaves you wide open to be attacked by the fools helping your opponent. Executing signatures/finishers. If you have a stored finisher, using it will often push the meter over the edge. 2. Check your payback selection. If your meter isn't moving, you might have the wrong payback equipped. Go to Edit Superstar to Abilities/Attributes to Payback. You must have Run-In equipped. If you have Low Blow or Poison Mist equipped instead, you will never be able to call for help, no matter how much you play. Note, ensure the Run-In slot is selected. Sometimes, especially with CAWs, these settings get reset or default to something else after an update. 3. The emergency strategy. If you are currently trapped in the match and feel like you're fighting a losing battle. 1. Stop trying to win immediately. You aren't going to get the pin while they are double teaming you. 2. Focus solely on reversals. Just hold the block/reversal button. Every time you successfully counter, watch your meter at the bottom right of the screen. 3. Create space. If you can, roll out of the ring. Usually, the AI is programmed to follow you, but it gives you a split second to breathe and let your meter tick up. 4. Once it's full. As soon as that icon glows, hit the input, R2 plus triangle/RT plus Y, immediately. Don't wait for the perfect moment. If you wait, you're just giving them more time to beat you down. It's completely understandable why you're frustrated. The game's AI logic in Bloodline rules is designed to be chaotic, but it often just feels like a broken, unfair mess when the game doesn't trigger your backup correctly. Since you mentioned you're putting together content for your Hulkbuster brand, are you planning to highlight these kinds of...
Look, I'm not in the mood right now. I just want to know how to do that shit. So I'm gonna start another match because I just lost the last one. So I'm gonna start another match, and I'm looking at, I guess, whatever you call these things. I don't know what these are. Are these the payback features? I don't know. Jock Lock. Okay, so paparazzi, comeback, powder, bully, dirty breaker. Are these things that can help bring me some help? Oh, okay. I see the bloodline run-in. Okay, so that'll be one of them. Guess that'll be one. I'm tired of this shit.
That is exactly what you need. You found it. To make sure you aren't stuck again, here is the rundown for setting that up right now. 1. Set the payback. In the payback menu, you need to select Run-In. That is the only one that will call your allies to the ring. If you have paparazzi or comeback equipped, you are stuck fighting alone. Make sure Run-In is locked into your slot. 2. Verify your allies. Before you hit accept and start the match, go to your character's allies list, usually found in the personal information or roster settings for that wrestler. Make sure you actually have people listed as allies. If that list is empty, the game has no one to call when you trigger the payback, which is why you've been fighting alone. Add whoever you want to have your back in that match. 3. During the match. Once the match starts, watch the meter. Keep an eye on that bar in the bottom corner. Trigger it. As soon as it fills up and glows, hit the prompt. R2 plus triangle for PS, RT plus Y for Xbox. Your allies will then sprint down to the ring to clear the idiots helping your opponent. That should stop the game from turning every single Bloodline Rules match into a one-sided beatdown. Get back in there and handle it.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, will be contested under Bloodline rules and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
The Celtic Warrior. Look at this man doing the most ill-advised thing a superstar can do in WWE, heading into a Bloodline rules match. It's always a dangerous situation in Bloodline rules. Sheamus is always around for a fight. The success, hey, that's just a byproduct. The Celtic Warrior can go toe-to-toe with anyone who steps up to him. The loose cannon has arrived. Look at this man doing the most ill-advised thing a superstar can do in WWE, heading into a Bloodline rules match. It's always a dangerous situation in Bloodline rules. Well, it's go time for Pillman. Whatever happens next, folks, you can't say we didn't warn you. The World Heavyweight Championship will be decided in this one tonight. A title that harkens back to a lot of WWE history, but don't dare for a second believe this title's about the past. This is a prize especially for the future. And Corey, you got to think the future is looking bright for one of these men. Puts the attack off.
Thumped with a big blow. Precision punch. Reaching the eyes. Down with a bulldog. Evades the attack and not a moment too soon.
And the name Bloodline Rules is kind of an oxymoron, as there are, in fact. No on the top. Oh, God, terrible landing on the outside.
Talk about ill-advised. Went for that high risk, but got absolutely no reward. And the knee. Ooh. Oh, taking the boots to them. Oh. Stopping that offense with a swift elbow.
That'll scratch you up.
Delivered into the barricade.
Into the barricade. Veteran instincts from Sheamus.
Oh,
But not so fast. We got company.
yes, indeed. You know what they say, baby. Two's company, but three's a crowd.
Treating the champ like a child. Lifting them up and sending them crashing down like they're nothing. He just dialed this up to 11 by introducing the barbed wire. He put himself into the action. Coming back from the outside now. Sheamus looking for...
Got caught slacking.
Now propped up in the corner. Ooh, he fends that off.
What on earth is he doing here at ringside?
He provides a distraction.
Oh, here we go. Just like it looked like.
The pin for the championship. Oh, my. How in the world did he kick out of that? Keeping a loss at bay for now. Over the top and lands awkwardly outside.
Flush with that elbow.
No count out as he takes things out of the ring. Locked in on the shoulder.
Oh, a rough landing right into the barricade.
What a counter. A big kick to the gut. Getting carried to a vulnerable. Look who's here.
A major distraction. And that's everything it was supposed.
Who's here? And then close to the match. Come on, not like this.
You can't take your eye off the ball. Someone's always ready to pounce and capitalize. But what a major distraction that was.
Making his presence known now. What's he got in store? Has to find a way out of this. Brutal impact.
David Moore saved himself. He's able to sidestep out of that.
He gets back into the ring.
Could this be it? Someone
Coming. Champ incoming. Shoulders up before two.
look at this superstar. Defying expectations. Gotta love it.
Lethal combination.
Come ready for war because that's what Bloodline Rules is. An all-out battle.
Bendy look crashing into the
Cold steel steps. Slam down with cruel intentions.
got them off their feet here. Each athlete finding an answer for everything thrown at them.
Look who's here. A major distraction. And that's everything it was supposed to be. This is what he wanted all along.
Not so fast. He's not letting him get involved from the top. Taking a flight to nowhere.
To take that risk and completely whiff like that significantly decreases your chances of victory tonight.
Introducing a boot to the face. Ooh. Making the climb to the top rope. Sky high. Oh, and a right hand for good measure.
Saw what was coming. Got out of harm. Boom, and he evades that attack.
Toss to inside. Here we go. Cover. Two. And he fights it off.
Able to get the shoulder up, but that was a long 2 count.
Ooh. He's leaving the ring now. No countouts to worry about. Sheamus there. What energy in the arena tonight.
Jim Neidhart able to defend against that.
And gets tossed back into the mat. And things looking dire for Bryan.
Pillman's in danger now.
Oh, he's about to tune him up with that. Good night, nurse. I have no idea what they're setting up for here. Looks like he's coming back in. On a leg drop.
Stopped with a stiff back elbow.
We're locked in reversals here. Neither competitor intimidating.
With a knee to the face.
Sika gets... And Dean reverses. With a steal. That's got to do it. There's no bouncing back from that. What's he being put in? For the suplex all the way up. Look at this power. Oh, no.
Taking out the knee.
He just decides to end the hold. Wonder what he's thinking here.
Stomping down with all their weight.
And a series of vicious stomps.
Big headbutt connects.
Bang! Meeting the steel.
That was a vicious landing. I don't think there's any coming back from that.
Follow slam. Get a kipper.
Oh, yes.
Oh, they're not going to fight the hand. This maniac's out of control. Front face lock applied with the underhook. Oh, gutbuster. Sheamus with a brogue kick. It just got as bad as it could for the champ.
The referee.
By hand and out somersault or prettier. He counters with a great reversal. Looking vulnerable now, guys.
Oh, just both right off the post.
Taking the easy way. Oh, he scouted that one. Sheamus denies the attack. Agonizer. Not looking good. In this position. Oh, that gets reversed. Sika. But did you guys just see the distance travel? Hoisted up.
Turns the tables with an elbow to the gut. Canada drop in. This could be it.
2.
There it is. Ron Pillman wins and keeps the title around his waist.
That match deserves another look. Here we go.
Here is your winner and new head of the table, the Loose Cannon, Brian Pillman.
What a win for the champ as he retains the title. Pretty impressive defense. Challengers might think twice before coming at him now.